get a Swiss and sweeter hit. Sometimes I feel I just can't survive without that lick.
Hey, yo, what's going down? I'm OD, and this is Slump Sessions, the show that is the culture. We got our first reoccurring guest on the show.
Yo.
My friend, my homie, friend of the show, fucking Taboo.
Yo, y'all already know what it is. What the fuck is going on? We are back at it with Slump Sessions. I'm back in this motherfucker. What's
Had to
going
get you
down?
back in here.
Hey, you already know, man. We sipping on the Mickeys right now. I had to pour one up for my dude right now, you know?
Yeah, shout out to Mickey's if you want to sponsor this. Please go ahead.
Look, I'm not advertising. Not at all.
No, not at all. This episode is brought to you by Fishscale84.com. Head over, check out the site. Yes, right here, right there. Fishscale84.com. Go over, check out the site, man. You won't be disappointed. And Reneka App Builders. Go over, get you an app, step your app game up, get your website. RenekaAppBuilders.com.
Yeah.
Taboo.
Let's get it.
How you been?
Man, life has been, since the last time we talked, I'm not even going to lie, life has been kind of crazy. So, you know, the last time we talked.
It was actually in July.
Oh, yeah. And that was a very crazy time. That was kind of whenever I had stopped. It seemed like I had stopped making music for a while, you know, and it seemed like I kind of had to, you know, take a little break from things. But from then until right now, there's been so much progression. There's been so much change that it's just even hard to fathom. You know, like I have to like contain myself sitting in my seat just because of the excitement.
So for the people who might have not watched our first interview, let's just go back over it. And who is Taboo?
Man. So before, you know, I think I kind of just like described myself as like this hardcore ass fucking person that was the symbol of all the rage and pent up anger that I feel, you know, in my average life. And I created this alter ego to kind of just let everything out whenever I'm dealing with shit and all the pain that I feel. But now I feel like they've become one and the same. I feel like my regular life and the music life have just become one, and it's no longer a separation of two different people. And I feel like those two people have come together, and it's just
Fused.
Yeah, they fuse like Dragon Ball Z. You know, it's two people that's come together to show you that life is not always going to be glamorous. Yeah, I make music and my shit's blowing up, but I'm still an average person, and I want to give people, you know, both sides to it, you know, the music side and the fact that I'm still living an average life, you know?
You very much are living an average life.
Yes, definitely.
Taboo, whenever we did our last interview, you said that you grew up in a lot of different places. But now that your music's really starting to gain, you know, traction, you're getting a lot more followers, you're getting a lot more eyes on you. Where is one place that you would love to visit? If you've lived, you know, different places all over the United States, where are you trying to go next?
So it's kind of known already to a lot of people that next year we're actually planning to go to Russia. Yeah, we're really planning to go out there. It's because our fan base has been so big overseas, and
That's what I noticed.
we've gotten so much traction, so much, you know, speed picking up with especially the Ukraine, Russia, countries like Belgium, and most places in Europe. They're in love with what we're doing. So I feel like the best way to capitalize off of what we're doing, and then at the same time link up with people that genuinely support what we're doing, is to go out there in person and show them the shit that they've been listening to in their homes right in front of their faces.
So how have you gained, you know, such a following in other countries?
Honestly, I have no fucking idea.
Do you think it has anything to do with Split Minds? Because he is from.
Yeah.
He's from. What is it? Russia?
Yeah, he's
or-
from Moscow, actually.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
So the story goes, the way I think it happened was that my ex, she was from, you know, the Ukraine, and they have this website that's kind of like Facebook that's called VK. I don't know what it stands for. I totally forgot, but she was sharing some of my songs on there, and I guess either him or somebody, because I was already working with a producer named Timirhan, and he's from Russia too. And I did a song, you know, for him, and Split Minds contacted me randomly. I thought he was just another person that just wanted to work with me just for the fuck of it. And then it turned out song here, song there, song there. I saw a pattern. I'm like, man, this dude's, he's really talented, so he started to put my music out on the same, VK website as well. And I don't know who is responsible for it, but there was a group out there on that website, some Russian person created, called Taboo, and they share my music and they all talk about it all the time. So I guess that's just how it's just gained so much traction and so much speed. But I don't know how, but I'm thankful for whoever the fuck started it. Thank you, because you have helped me grow so much overseas, and I really appreciate that shit.
So you plan on going to Russia. What do you think that's going to be like, going to another country?
Fucking beautiful women, good food, and a lot of trouble trying to understand what the fuck is going on.
You're gonna be out there with one of those books.
Yeah, like straight up. I'm gonna have to whip out the translator like everywhere I go. They're gonna be trying to ask me shit, and I'm just like, yo, I don't know. And it's funny because I have songs where I'm rapping in Russian, but that's only because I sat there and I wrote my verse and I translated it and then I just spit it in Russian. So it's like there's only certain shit that I can say.
You just say those.
I'll just be like, ya diavu. Yeah, and it's not gonna have any fucking meaning to whatever I'm talking about, because they're gonna be like, "You're the devil, what?" So it's like I'm definitely gonna have to pick up my studying on the Russian language and just pretty much do all my homework before I go out there, because I want to go out there and I want to show love to the entire culture of Russia in general. I don't want to just go out there and do a show. I want them to accept me as one of their own, pretty much,
Yeah, you would want to go out there and be able to be like, I lived that Russian experience.
Yeah, and then as an independent artist, that's such a big milestone. That's a big goal, to be able to go from spitting lyrics in your closet to getting shows locally, to getting shows here and there in different states, and then you're like, fuck that. Boom, you're jumping over to different countries. If you're doing that on your own.
A lot of people don't even get to go to other countries. There's, rappers that are trying to gain a following in other countries, and they got a big one here, but to go over and do a show in another country, that's
something different.
Yeah, that's a whole different world.
Yeah, that's when you're breaking different ground. And honestly, I feel like that's where a lot of the money is at, because yeah, it's one thing to blow up in your own country, but when you start to have the way I see it is, imagine if, okay, I took Russia, I took Ukraine, I took all these places that support my music the way that they do, and I flipped it, and I was like looking at it as that was America supporting me. I wouldn't be sitting in some of the spots that I'm in right now. I would actually be making a lot of fucking money. So the way that we look at it is like, we need to go to where the people are supporting the music the most, like if you're going to go to battle, where are you going to go battle at? You're going to go where the fight is at, So I want to go to where the source is of all the real support. And I want to see the faces of the people that really support my shit. I want to see the look on their faces, and they're like, oh my God, that's fucking Taboo. I'm ready for that shit.
Yeah, it's one thing to be watching, the videos, listening to the music, but for you to actually, to be there, that's
a whole different scenario. I can't even imagine. I'm going to be freaking out seeing them, so I can't even imagine how they're going to feel fucking seeing me on the stage, That shit's going to be wild.
You're going to have to go get some Russian tattoos out there.
Like straight up, like, what's up? I'll get like a fucking right here, anything, bro. Like, what's up?
I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
That you're going to get there.
I'm going to get a broske scribe scrubble. I need to get up on my Russian language, man. What's up?
So July was the last time we had an interview. You came in. Obviously, we've gotten out of where we were.
Oh man,
we're in a new spot. What is the spot that you're in now with this new album?
Man, it's crazy because I've been working on this album since like March, and I feel like with this one, it came out so complete. It was the first project where I feel like I can step away from the music for a little while and work on myself while this project just resonates with anyone who hears it, because every single song talks about a problem or something that pertains to what I was dealing with throughout this entire year of 2018, from fake friends to life problems to working jobs that I hate, to being broke, suicidal, depressed, and just like raw aggression and anger. There's the sadness, there's the happy turned up shit, there's the shit that's gonna make you want to pick a car up and throw it through a wall. And a lot of people even said it, after I dropped this shit, they're like, wow, you weren't kidding. People were saying, oh, man, what happened, bro? You fell off. You haven't dropped a song in a while. And it didn't bother me because I knew what was coming. So once the 25th hit and we dropped that shit, it was like clockwork after that. So even now, as we're sitting here, shit's constantly blowing up and there's nothing we can do about it, you know? It's just going to keep on growing, you know?
Yeah. So in our last interview, we did talk about how you were put out a lot of music. Is that going to continue after this one, or are you going to, like you said, you kind of want to step back a little bit and let this one resonate?
Yep.
How is that like for you? For somebody who's been putting out music after music after music, how is it to actually just step back for a little bit?
Honestly, it was destined for this moment to come, because since the beginning, I knew what I was doing. I was kind of just building. It's pretty much like whenever you're trying to heighten your chances of becoming successful, you keep throwing out something out there, then eventually something's going to catch. And we already hit that point. You know, we've been dropping these Thorn projects and everything like that. And honestly, you know, it's getting to the point now to where it's like everything is out. We're already doing what we need to do. So now there is no purpose for me to constantly be dropping track after track after track. Since this album dropped, this is going to mark a point in all of our lives to where we can stop here and start venturing out in different directions. Now I can actually step back from the music and focus on merchandise. You know, I can focus on building websites for people, you know, who are ready for the Savage House clothing and all of that. You know, I can actually step back and reevaluate the way I really want my sound to sound, you know? And I don't want to continue to keep dropping song after song after song, because now when you do not have something, it's going to create more of a need for it. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to make these motherfuckers die and beg for the next group of songs to come out. I want these motherfuckers to bang this album out until their ears bleed before we give them anything else, pretty much.
So since our last interview, you have released 2 albums. Because you did Thorn 5.
Yeah.
And then you did this last one.
Yeah.
What was, you know, how was it to do the Thorn, the 5th one?
So with the Thorn projects, those are usually just like a bunch of singles that kind of come together. And I'm not going to lie. The Thorn series is pretty much me holding you guys the fuck off until we get the project that we really want to drop actually out. So a lot of those songs that are on Thorn will probably already be out on SoundCloud. But there's a lot of people that don't have SoundCloud or just don't even want to fucking use it. So we take a lot of those same singles or a few songs that I probably didn't even upload. We put it in a Thorn project and we drop that shit for people who have iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Google Play, all of that shit. So they can actually listen to it and give them time, you know, to want more while we're working on something else behind the scenes. So that Thorn project was probably something that, you know, I had already planned, like way ahead. But Voices of a Fallen Angel, that was something that I was putting together. And the thing is I knew exactly what was going to happen when we dropped this shit. I knew the reactions I was going to get. I knew exactly how this shit was going to play out. And I know exactly how it was going to continue to play out. This shit, whenever I started writing this back in March, I knew what was going to happen. And it's happening the same exact way we predicted it, you know? And nothing is going to slow this down. It's crazy watching all this shit happen, you know, right in front of your eyes.
So that's definitely not going to be the last Thorn project, because in between, like you said, you're going to be dropping, you know, just these are kind of filler albums.
That we're probably going to end the Thorn series. After the last one that just dropped.
The 5th one?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Okay.
And then now we're going to start getting back.
Actually doing a full project, letting that marinate, let people get that.
Yep.
And then drop another one and then let that one build. Okay.
Straight up.
So just kind of continuing with that one, the Thorn 5 was extremely long.
Yeah.
28 songs.
I wonder why.
That's kind of what I was I wanted to know. Why not shorten it up a little bit?
So I guess, you know what's ironic that you say that? It's that I guess now it makes sense that that's the last one.
Yeah.
Because
actually,
it makes sense now when you think about it, but I never thought about it that way. Yes, exactly. So pretty much what happened was after we dropped that project, things kind of, you know, it started picking up momentum because there was a lot of songs on there that have just been sitting on my SoundCloud since like the beginning of my music career. And I was like, man, dude, like, well, we haven't distributed this yet. We haven't put this out there yet. We haven't put this out there yet. And he was like, all right, well, fuck it. Send me all that shit. And we're going to give people an opportunity to listen to a lot of these songs, and it has a lot of replayability. You know, I still get messages and videos from people from different states and different countries that are banging out to some of these songs that I wrote like 2 years ago, you know. So some of these Thorn projects, I finished these songs like years ago, you know. So yeah, it was definitely a very long project, but I did it to buy time for Voices of a Fallen Angel. And now that that's out, I'm not dropping anything else until next year.
Yeah,
straight up.
So, I mean, with it being so long, was there anything that actually didn't make it on there that you wanted to just like get out there?
Honestly,
no,
not at all. Everything that's supposed to be out is out, and everything that's supposed to be in, we're keeping it locked in until it's time to release it, you know? I'm very in tune with a lot of the people that listen to my music because I'm not one of those people that it doesn't matter even if I had $1 million. It doesn't matter if I was, you know, on the level of like Lil Wayne or Eminem. It wouldn't matter. I'd still answer my fans. I'd still message them. I still have conversations with them and talk to them because I want them to know that at the end of the day, I might be, you know, successful or, you know, famous or whatever, but I'm still a person like you.
And they're part of a family.
Exactly. You know, I want them to understand that this is not like I'm famous and I'm above you. No, it's all linear. We are all together in a circle, and all of this shit is connected.
Like you wouldn't be there if it wasn't for them.
Exactly. I tell them that all the time. The one thing that everybody will always know that you can associate me with is much love, my G. I say that shit so fucking much because it's like that's all I could say. It's like, man, much love, dude. Thank you so much, because it's like when you've been grinding for so many years and nobody wants to hear you, nobody wants you to become successful. People try to spit on you and kick you and knock you down, and then you finally get that shot and people are telling you how much they really appreciate you and you saved them from killing themselves, and you get messages like that. All you can say is like, damn, like, man, much love, my G. I really appreciate that shit, you know. So I'm very grateful for the people that support what we're doing, because at the end of the day, they could be fucking supporting somebody else, you know.
So with this Thorn being the last one, is this your favorite one?
Honestly, I didn't even listen to it. Straight up, because I'm more concerned with
this new album.
Yeah. Whenever I dropped it, I just picked a lot of the songs that I knew that the people were begging me to put on Spotify.
Okay.
So I was more catering to the fan base and what they wanted to hear, because I listen to my own music all the fucking time. So I know what I like, but it wasn't about me. It was about them, because at the end of the day, I don't even have Spotify. You know?
I did whenever I had my Android.
Yeah, it's like I don't even use that shit. I only use SoundCloud and YouTube. You know, so it's like
I got Apple Music.
I need to get on that shit. I have it's sad. I have an iPhone
and you don't have Apple Music.
I don't fucking have Apple Music.
That's where I have all your albums.
I refuse to join the system.
Let's see. Let me go to my
that shit.
Let's see. What do I got? I have the Voice of the Fallen Angel. I have your Thorn 4, your Thorn 4, Thorn 5. And I have all your singles on here.
Hell yeah. That's real as fuck. I fuck with that shit. You know, but I don't know. I haven't downloaded Spotify or just even had it, just because I don't know. I feel like if I allow myself to listen to my shit too much, I start to get corrupted by my own music. And when I say that, it makes me either make the same type of song
repetitive
over and over again. Yeah. So sometimes I'll take breaks and I don't even listen to anything. Like I will probably specifically listen to like old school 90s shit for a while and then go at it and try to write a song. Or I just won't listen to anything and I'll just listen to like fucking country or like rock music or something and then go back to trying to write a song. Because if I listen to my own shit, I'm limiting my experience of what I could be creating. You know, because I'm only listening to what I'm making. I need to listen to other people's shit so I can get a better perspective of a different person's reality. Like, I'll listen to a fucking Russian song and see how they take shit and then go back and listen to a beat that split my shit and write my shit a whole completely different way.
So, you know, just going into listening to 90s shit, who is kind of like your go-to that you'll go?
Somebody was asking me this, actually. Like on Instagram, you can like, you know, ask me questions or whatever. I was dropping a bunch of fucking names of people that really inspired my style, you know. So yes, I make like some crazy devil shit, but if you know me, if you really, really know me before all the shit that I do now, you know that I grew up freestyling, rap battling, all that shit.
And dancing. You
And
might not know. You might not know, but this motherfucker could dance.
He knows the fucking B-boy taboo. Yeah, I used to be on that. I used to be on that hip hop.
Did you have a B-boy name?
Yeah, B-boy taboo.
It was B-boy taboo?
That's where the name came from, you know.
B-boy taboo.
B-boy taboo. If you've never seen it, go to YouTube. B-boy TABUU. I didn't flip the A upside down back then. That was way before I flipped that shit upside down.
B-boy taboo.
So to answer your question with the people who I fuck with, honestly, that inspired me from that era, I would probably say like Big L. I'm just gonna name motherfuckers I listened to growing up. Big L, Exhibit, Slim Shady, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, motherfucking Mobb Deep, Twista, man, Tech Nine.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of people, and you know, I could say like Gorilla Mob, you know, Zero, you know, DJ Screw, you know, Big Mo.
I actually think
SPN.
Tech Nine's having a show coming up pretty soon.
Really?
I want to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Strange Music. That's how I learned how to rap fast. Honestly, I think there was like a whole summer where I just studied nothing but Tech Nine, fucking Twisted Insane, Twista. There was a lot of people, you know, even MGK back when he was rapping fast all the time. I would only listen to these people. I wouldn't listen to nothing else. And I would just practice and practice and practice and practice. And then that's how I unlocked it. It's like a part of your brain where you just like, boom, you hit it. You just start biggity, you start tearing that shit up, you know? So big shout out to the fucking Strange Music. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If I ever were to sign to a major label, it would only be Shady Records or Strange Music. Those are the only two people I would ever make exceptions for. Other than that, fuck that. I would never fuck record labels. I would never sign to a fucking record label.
So, Voices of a Fallen Angel, the new album that just came out.
Yes.
What would you say was the overall kind of tone for this one? Whenever you're going into this,
The whole overall tone of this entire fucking album was, fuck you. Fuck all of you fucking hating ass motherfuckers that wanted to hold us down, to hate on us, and fucking independent. No record label or nothing. I myself, I'm almost at 2 million SoundCloud fucking streams. You know how crazy that is to be able to say these fucking numbers whenever I was sitting in my room by myself 4 or 5 years ago and people were telling me to give up, you know? So one thing I always tell people, like I said, I'm really close to my fans. So whenever I get those messages, like, what's your advice whenever I want to make music? My advice to you is you're going to suck ass in the beginning.
But you gotta stick with it.
You got to stick with it, because it's like Michael Jordan wasn't the best basketball player when he first started.
No.
You know, Mike Tyson wasn't the best fighter when he first put those boxing gloves on. You know, you got to get in there. And he probably was knocking
Mike Tyson might have had, you know.
Knock the motherfucker out. Put that glove out. Bow! Knock the motherfucker out real quick.
But it's something you definitely got to stick with, and definitely something that
Definitely.
grows.
Yep.
At the end of the day, it's a skill.
Yep.
And it's a talent.
Yep.
With you know, basketball, with
Yep.
football, you're gonna get better over time.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
definitely don't be discouraged. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I tried to rap about 10 years ago.
What
I was in
happened,
high
Slump?
school. I tried.
Where's the SlumpedSessions mixtape at?
Oh man, I've thought about it. I have thought about it.
Let's get it.
And no, I did. And then I was ass. I was straight garbage. And I got discouraged. So
Yeah.
I never did it again.
Yeah.
So yeah, to anybody who would want to rap,
Stick with it, man. Don't ever get up. Honestly, you should take that as motivation when people tell you to stop. You should see it as the closer you get to doing something abnormal and achieving your goals, people are going to be like losing their shit. They're like, no, stop it. What are you doing?
Whenever you want to do something
dreams.
that's not the norm, there's going to be people even with me starting this, people were like, oh, you're not going to be here in a few months.
And look where the fuck we're at now.
You know, you're not going to be able to do this, and you're probably going to put out like a couple of videos and you're just going to stop.
Yeah.
And, you know, I thought about it and I was like, you know what? They're going to say it, but this is what I want to do.
Yep.
And over time, it's grown a little bit. It's gotten bigger. So like with anything, you got to
stick with it.
Yeah, you got to stick with it,
man. Because people, honestly, even though fans kind of do follow, you know, fuck shit sometimes, they're not stupid. They can see through bullshit. And if they know that you're not really dedicated to what you're doing, they're not really going to support you. But if they can feel that you actually give a fuck about what you're putting your heart and soul into, people will support it. You know, that's why I always tell people, it's like, look, yeah, there's people like Lil Pump and Tekashi and all that shit that get famous for doing fuck shit. And yeah, kudos to them because they're making money. But at the end of the day, 5-6 years from now, they're going to be irrelevant. They're going to have whatever money they made from this shit, and that's it. People that genuinely talk about the problems that they go through and they can relate with the average person, that is what's going to make you the most amount of money, because people can relate to your pain and your suffering. So if you are making music or you are a painter or whatever the fuck you want to do, just keep it 100 with yourself. Be the best you that you can be. Don't try to be anybody else, because people don't even know who the fuck they are nowadays. So just be yourself. Whatever the fuck you want, be you.
And that's, you know, going back to 90s. That's what a lot of people would say. A lot of it back then was relatable.
Oh, man, yeah. Original.
And that's why it's held the test of time.
Yep.
To be still listened to today, because people are still, you know, going through the same shit that they were going through back then. And everybody likes to be able to relate to something.
Yep. And it's just that the thing is like nobody talks about it. All these rappers try to act like everyone's riding around in fucking, you know, 5-star vehicles and Lamborghinis and rocking all this jewelry and shit like that. Like, yeah, when I'm drunk as fuck and I'm at a club and a song comes on talking about popping bottles and fucking bitches, yeah, I might get turned up or some shit. But at the end of the day, I go back home to my normal life and I sit in my room and I'm fucking sad sometimes. And it's like, it's nice to hear somebody that does have that financial stability that does talk about going through those same problems. Another artist that I've been listening to a lot recently is NF. A lot of people who don't know about NF, he's actually a Christian rapper. And if y'all know me, y'all know I'm not a fucking Christian. I'm the complete opposite of that. And straight up. And what I like about NF is
I
that...
couldn't tell.
Yeah. Blink. But what I like about NF is that, you know, he tells you that being a Christian is not the perfect definition of a human being. And he keeps it real with who he is as a person. So even though I believe what I believe, I can listen to him and respect him as a person, because he's not trying to force you to believe what he believes. He's just letting you know that even though he believes what he believes, his life is still fucked up. And I'm like, man, shit, well, I believe what I believe. My life is fucked up. Your life is fucked up. Well, I could resonate with that, my friend. You know, so be yourself, you know, do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah, definitely just be yourself.
We hit him with some spiritual knowledge right there.
So, with Voices of a Fallen Angel.
Yeah.
How did this one come about of actually becoming like, why you could have put out a Thorn 6 or something, but to want to stop the Thorn series and just say, I want to put this out. What was, you know, that?
It's precognition. The way that it is, it's like you manifest it. You don't sit here and say you want. You say this is what's going to happen. Yeah, this is what's going to happen. And then it's like when you say that, you subconsciously put it in your mind and you shoot it into the future. And then no matter what obstacle gets in your way, that shit starts happening. It's
gonna
crazy.
get done.
That shit's crazy to see it. So the Thorn series was like, yeah, we're just holding people off. But this album, I already knew what I was going to do. Drop it in October because I'm a devilish ass motherfucker. So we're going to drop it right before Halloween. I didn't even celebrate Halloween because I was too busy focused on promoting this album. That's how much I fucking love y'all motherfuckers. So, you know, we dropped that shit, promoting it, whatever. I dropped the music video the day after it for Fool Me Once, which is definitely one of the fucking hottest songs on the album. And I'm taking a break all the way until 2019 because I have another project that I'm already working on. If fucking know about it, but I have another project that I'm working on that I'm getting ready to release after New Year's, you know, to kick off the fucking new year the correct way. You know, there's just so much going on right now that it's like we can't even contain it. It's like a fucking nuclear bomb that's like slowly fucking exploding, and nobody can stop it. You know, the only way somebody can stop it is if they fucking blow me away with a fucking machine gun. And if you do, I will come back in the fucking afterlife and haunt you. And you're gonna have to get a fucking Catholic priest to come to your house and do an exorcism and get me the fuck out.
So you say you didn't celebrate Halloween.
Sadly.
If you did, what did you want to do?
I had my whole costume planned out.
Yeah, what was your costume?
It was like a Jesus, the crown of thorns, and then I would have had like blood like dripping down my forehead, and then I had like this fucking like crazy ass like vest with like fucking pistols in it, and I had like chains coming off my pants and shit. I had this shit planned out for like a few weeks, but then we just got so caught up.
You could have still worn it.
I could have still did it, but honestly, I don't fuck with nobody. I kind of keep to myself, so it's like I would have gotten dressed up, took a picture, put it on Instagram, and then just take that shit off and go sit on my computer and play some fucking computer games, like straight up.
For Halloween, I didn't really do much. I went to a K-Supreme show where I met up with some people out there.
Shout out to who is it?
Monk Vision.
Shout out to Monk Vision. Yeah.
Shout out Monk Vision.
If y'all get to watch this, y'all are cool as fuck. I really dig the energy that y'all are bringing.
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah. And shout out by Breezy. She was the one who put together the show. I'm trying to do some more work with her.
Hell yeah.
So, do you think that this album is your best work up to date?
Easy peasy, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
Hey, get this man a sponsorship. He needs.
Yo, what's up?
Mickey's and Cover Girls. You can be your sponsors.
Totally not advertising right now.
Mickey's and Cover Girl. That would be funny.
Yeah, it definitely. Just because of like, you know, I'm not sure if you got to see the music video for "Fool Me Once," but to me that definitely does. I kind of just dropped this album to give people a hint of what's coming in 2019. You guys are about to witness the complete evolution of myself and the people that I keep around me. We are all very aware of the process of how things are going, and we are very aware of the success that is coming, and there's nothing that anyone can do to stop this. We're going to be very successful. We're going to be millionaires. We're going to pull up driving past your house in a loud ass Lamborghini and wake your dog up, have your neighbors call the cops and shit.
I don't see Taboo driving a Lamborghini.
I don't see myself driving a Lamborghini either.
I feel like you would. I don't know.
FRS. I want a FRS, or like maybe like some like Asian shit. Trick it out, you know?
I could see you maybe in like an all-black Ferrari.
That's cold. That's cold.
An all-black Ferrari.
And like 666 painted on the side.
That would be dope. There you go.
Pulling up on these motherfuckers. Straight up, man. You know, that's what it is. Honestly, we're giving people a hint about what's coming next year. You know, 2018 was kind of us like taking hammers and wood and chopping trees and building the foundation. 2019 starts off, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You're not going to stop it. No one's going to stop it. We're going to be so fucking successful by the time 2020 rolls around that this whole entire me being underground rapper shit isn't even going to be a thing. You know, I'm going to be doing shows all over the fucking place. And honestly, some people will hear this and they're like, man, that motherfucker's crazy. He really thinks that. Yeah. Yeah. When you look at the numbers that I see behind the scenes and you see and you interact with the people that you interact with, I'm not interacting with these people for malicious reasons. And I'm not saying that I'm going to blow up because I'm cocky. I'm saying that I'm going to blow up because it's going to happen. And I want to take people with me that have been struggling also. I want to give back to the people who don't know what it feels like to have success, who don't know what it feels like to have $1 in their fucking bank account. I'm tired of me and all my fucking people looking at our bank accounts and we all got fucking like $10 and shit, like a nigga's making music and has millions of fucking plays, but then it's like, man, shit, nigga, hey man, I got like $2. I gotta make that shit last a week. Like them days are about to be over.
You got $1 for every stream.
Slump, we would be sitting on Empire State Building right now doing this interview. Fucking Mickey's.
If I
sipping a fucking bottle of fucking
you would still
cognac.
be sipping. No, you'd be still sipping a Mickey's.
I'd probably still be sipping a Mickey's. With a fucking 40 and a fucking
Mickey's and a McChicken.
A Mickey's and a posted with a bottle, bitch. I got a 40 in my hand. Yeah, sipping on a fucking McChicken and a McDouble.
Sipping on a McChicken and a McDouble.
Look at how much of this shit I've drank since this interview has started, guys. So y'all already know I'm kind of
about 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Fucked up.
So, whenever you came into this one, were you in a different space mentally?
Oh yeah.
Than the other ones, because this one had a variety of sounds to it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just straight like in the face. It was, you know, it had a different vibe to it. So you were mentally in a different place, or?
Man, so with the last project that I dropped, I think the Thorn shit, like I said, those were just like singles and shit that I've been holding out on for a while, and some songs I've just dropped like here and there, because I mean with the Thorn projects, all I'm doing is I'm taking beats that people send me, I'm just freestyling on them, or I'm just writing here and there, whatever I feel, drop it. Like you said, I'm just dropping shit left and right. But then with these albums like Voices of a Fallen Angel, I strategically planned that shit out from all the way back in March all the way until October 25th. I planned out specifically how I wanted each song to sound. But then again, I got to give Split Minds a lot of credit because he is pretty much like the fucking instrumental version of Taboo. This motherfucker can take any emotion that I feel and turn it into a beat. All I tell him is, hey, Split Minds, this is how I feel. This is the kind of style that I really want to hit. And he'll send me some shit that's dead on. I feel like my brain is kind of complicated because when some producers try to send me shit, I'm like, God damn it, what the fuck, dude? It sounds like you made this shit like one of those fucking like baby xylophones, like bing, boom, 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 bing. Like I can't even fucking hit that shit. But what Split Minds will send me is shit that's like deeply emotional from so many different standpoints. He sent me this song, this beat for the song that I made on the album called How's It Been Lately. First 5 seconds I heard Tekashi 6ix9ine. My nigga, we outside, man. What you going to? I ain't got the type of negativity. I'm on the move. When I heard that shit, I was like, yeah, that's 6ix9ine. If I take that song and I gave it to that nigga and I said, 6ix9ine, remake this song and make a video for it, that motherfucker will get so much money off of that shit. But it's all good because we gonna make our own fucking video and all that shit for it, and it's gonna pop off. And then 6ix9ine's gonna be like, man, that motherfucker's into my style. I'm like, nah, man, fuck you, nigga.
Is that what he sounds like to you?
Yeah.
I like that 6ix9ine impersonation.
You know, honestly, my favorite track from the entire tape is Fool Me Once, man. I talk about it so much because it's just like, you do not want me to succeed, and I can see it in your eyes. And every day I try to fight with the darkness in my life. Because it's just like that whole fucking... If you go and look at the lyrics, it's just... And I don't care who you are. Even if you don't like my music, if you go and look at the lyrics, you will be able to relate to that shit. Because how you feel when you want to be successful and there's people around you that you thought cared about you that really don't want you to be successful and they're trying to tear you down, or somebody you try to help out and bring into your circle but they fuck you over, so you have no choice but to cut them out. You know, Fool me once.
Is that is that kind of what the Thorn 5 target practice is about?
My dude Slump does his fucking homework. That's what it is, and I fucks with that shit. Target practice. People gotta know, man. Like, you know, I came from the battle rap hip hop shit. Target practice was actually aimed at a specific person. I'm not gonna name any names because
drop some names.
I don't want to start any wars because there's a lot of politics that goes down in this underground scene. But for anyone who's listened to Target Practice and you know who it was aimed at.
I don't know who it was aimed at, but that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, there's all I can say honestly about that situation with Target Practice. You know, y'all some motherfucking cowards. You whole entire clique get devoured. There's a certain type of someone, and there is a certain group of motherfuckers that I kind of I can't fuck with, because I feel like in this music shit, people, especially in this underground scene, they're very fake. They will do anything to get any type of notoriety. They will fuck over anybody they can to get themselves famous. If they consider you a friend and they see some random ass motherfucker that will say, hey man, you fuck him over and I'll get you to this level, and they will do that shit. You know, I know motherfuckers that were bigger than me before I even got to where I'm at, you know, who were close with people that they got fucked over to get signed to another record label, and they got abandoned by their homies, you know. So pretty much there is a small little circle of people that I really don't fuck with in this scene. I'm very all about the peace and keeping the peace, but I'm very big on do no harm but take no shit, you know. So if you definitely bring the pain, you know, Savage House is definitely there to you know, mirror it back tenfold, you know. So we come, and we're like a train, momentum. You can't stop me no matter what the fuck you do. The only way, hopefully I'm not jinxing myself, the only way you will ever be able to stop anything that I do is if you wipe me out.
With a machine gun.
Like Tupac said, niggas talk a lot of shit, but that's after I'm gone because they fear me in the physical form. Let it be known I'm troublesome. And that's how it goes. You know, it's like we in this shit and nothing's going to stop us. Whether it's just me and J-Mo, or it's me by myself, or it's J-Mo and I'm a spirit possessing this motherfucker, or some shit. We in this bitch.
So, whenever you put this out,
yeah,
you have an album cover with actually you on it.
Finally.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Finally.
Everything else has been behind either like an anime picture or a picture that somebody else has
drawn or some shit. Yeah.
What was, you know, you're like, I just want to put this, I'm going to put me on this one so they know that
So you know
who
how
this
the
is.
way I felt about this one was like, so Slim Shady. I always say Slim Shady. I don't say Eminem because when I think about Eminem, I think about this new fucking version of Eminem that is not the Slim Shady.
The
that I
weird
grew up-
beard.
Yeah, weird beard. So like, I always say Slim Shady because that's what I grew up on. So I always think about like the Slim Shady LP. So I feel like this
One
is
of the best albums ever.
hands fucking
Yeah,
down.
for
Hands
sure.
down. I love it. You know, I feel like honestly, this is my Slim Shady LP in a way because this is I'm not like big to the point where I'm coming out in the mainstream. Then maybe that'll be my Slim Shady LP. But whenever I say it, I mean it like this is the album that definitely put me on the map in front of a lot of people who are hitting my fucking inbox. I get so tired of it. I don't even look at my shit anymore. Sometimes I'll check it and just skim through it. I'll see some genuine people that I want to respond to. But for the most part, it's nothing but producers and people who are just hitting me up to want to work with me just because they just see what I'm doing now and they want to be a part of it. And I understand if it's genuine and it's cool. I love that shit. And I will always respond to those people. But if you are one of those people that never wanted to fuck with me before and then you see what we're doing now, like always, I learned this shit, you know, looking at the hip hop days. It's like if you build your style around the trend, your style's gonna die because trends always die.
Yeah.
You know, but if you build your style around something original, it's always gonna be eternal. Whether you took inspiration from somebody else or not, your style is always gonna be eternal. You know, so that's another, you know, like we said, be yourself, be original. You know, so definitely, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm fucking nigga just deep talking in holes and shit.
You're gonna look back. You're like, damn, I said that.
Nigga was just fucking just talking down. Yeah, Slim Shady LP shit. Yeah, I just feel like honestly, you know, this is definitely that album that is gonna catch a lot of attention. You know, me and Jay know it. We talk about it all the time. You know, and this is the one where it's like you show it to somebody. It's so diverse that even if you don't like 2 or 3 of the tracks, you're gonna love the rest of the album. You know, like I went out of my way to make a lot of specific songs on there to talk about specific types of shit because the benefits of making a song from a few months to the end of the year is that you cover a bunch of different shit rather than just making one whole album in like a month. You're going to talk about probably the same thing. But over a span of time, you get to cover so much topics. So that's kind of one thing I'm trying to get into now is just over a period of time, just start to, you know, absorb my surroundings. You know, because now I go through shit and I want to instantly record. But I have to stop myself and be like, no. Take it, note it down, wait a few months.
Build some kind of like thoughts for it. And
Build it. Yeah. Take my time because the best projects always come out whenever you actually sit there and you work on it and you look at what you're doing, you know, no more rushing and just dropping tracks left and right. Those days are over. You know, we're now starting to build things because now we're not only focused on music anymore. We're focused on networking. We're focused on making music videos more often now. We're focused on traveling. We're focused on building connections.
So
No more just dropping songs every day.
So you're trying to build Taboo as a brand.
Yes.
Instead of just dropping, you know, singles and building a catalog, you're trying to build Taboo as a brand.
Yeah, it's like the music is there now. I could stop making music today and quit for the rest of my life, and my music will never stop growing. That's the point that it's gotten to, you know. So it's like at this point, I have Savage House merch. I was actually supposed to show up with some fucking merch and hook your ass up with some, but we ran into some technical difficulties, so I'm gonna have to wait like another week to take care of that. But we do have some Savage House merch. The rabbit is out of the bag, and I am confirming it. People have been asking. We do have some merch. Yeah, we got some merch coming, and the fucking designs are beautiful. We got girls shit, guys shit coming. We got hats, we got hoodies.
I'm gonna have to see that. I'm gonna have to see what they look like.
It's cold. It's cold as ice. So give me like I say maybe a month exactly, and you're gonna have a whole website up with nothing but clothing and backpacks and all that shit. So that's kind of what we're kind of trying to get into now because it's like we're independent, you know. So it's like there's no limit on what we can do now. But really, I really just want to start traveling. That's the goal, honestly.
So you want to start traveling other than overseas? Where are you trying to go to in you know, in the United States?
California, New York, Louisiana, Colorado, fucking shit everywhere. Y'all niggas message me. Let me know y'all want me to go. I'll fucking show up.
And you're not limited to doing just hip hop shows. I had Taboo come out
what's up?
to pull up to a metal show.
Yes.
Shout out Blood of My Brothers. I was my
Yes,
brother performing.
Yes.
I had Taboo pull up and everybody showed love to him.
Yes. Blood of My Brothers, God Hands.
Yes.
Shout out to all y'all motherfuckers, man. That energy, I'm not gonna lie. I love doing rap shows, but multi-genre shows and metal shows are always the most memorable because I feel like whenever you are an artist that plays an actual instrument, that is a lot harder to do.
That's a talent.
That's a lot harder to do than what I do. All I do is you throw the beat on, I write the lyrics to it, and then I just perform it. But
or
whenever
you freestyle.
I'll freestyle, yeah. But if you're playing the fucking like instrument and you're doing the vocals and shit, or you're coming together as a band in sync to memorize what you're supposed to play, I'm not gonna lie, that night at White Swan was fucking incredible. Like the music that they were playing. I mean, like, yeah, I like my performance, but aside from me performing,
aside from Taboo being drunk as fuck,
oh yeah, dude, I was fucking plastered. Like, man, I think
aside from Taboo being, I thought I lost you.
I drank probably like 5 or 6 like tall boys, like not like I drank 5 or 6 beers. Like them motherfuckers were like the big ass cans of like the fucking micheladas. I was fucked up.
Jen texted me. He said, "Hey, watch Taboo. I'll be right back." I turn around and you're gone. I thought I lost him.
I was fucking wasted.
I thought I lost you. I was like, "Fuck! How did I lose a person?"
Yo, shout out to White Swan for fucking supplying the goddamn drinks and keeping it real with a fucking upcoming artist.
Yeah, I don't know if you up or not.
Yeah, we ended up leaving. Well, I didn't leave with them. I ended up driving home. Don't drive drunk home, guys. I think don't drive drunk home.
No, don't. Yeah, I turned around. And then I was like, "Oh fuck! I lost Taboo."
That motherfucker was gone. I was fucked up that night. Shout out to all the bands that performed.
Yeah, for
talented.
So
as shit.
I mean, you're definitely multi-genre. You can play a straight rap show. You can play a metal show, and you fit in so well.
It's because of Linkin Park. Linkin Park, like straight up. That's the only reason why I make the music that I make. Chester from the fucking screaming shit, you know, that I do, and Mike Shinoda from the fucking rapping that I do. I try to take those two and I combine it together, and that's the kind of sound that I really want to have. Like, honestly, like that Fool Me Once track is the kind of sound that I really want to start getting into, is experimenting with instruments and, you know, bringing together the raw aggression and the raw vocals. I want people to be able to listen to my shit and cry. Like, I want you to cry and feel pain whenever you listen to my shit and understand that I feel whatever you feel, you know, because it's like, it doesn't matter. I just want to be the voice of the people who go through things and don't have anyone to stand up for them or speak for them. That's pretty much it. That's whenever you ask who Taboo is, that's what the fuck I am. I'm a fucking entity that wants to stand for people that are going through fucking fucked up shit in their life and they have no one to speak for them, and they go in there because I mean, that's how I felt when I was listening to Crawling In My Skin. Like, when I listened to that shit, I saw the video and I was like, yo, like, damn, like I felt I would scream the lyrics and tears would be coming out my eyes. I want people to have that same feeling when they listen to my shit. Like yo, this motherfucker feels me. You know, there's no greater feeling than that whenever an artist can replicate how you feel about your own life.
That's funny because I had that album, but at the same time, I would like take that out and then I would put on the Juvenile album I had.
Really?
Yes. So I was like so on opposite ends with it.
That's real though. Shout out to all that shit. Cause I was born in New Orleans, so it's like I grew up on like old school, you know, big timers, you know, Juvenile, Hot Boys, BG, Turk, Lil Wayne, all that shit. So I guess I do have a blessing in a way because I got to grow up, you know, through the Houston shit, through the old school Cali shit, through the old school Louisiana shit, you know. So I have a lot of mix of just so many different types of genres just running around in my head whenever I'm writing songs that you can't, we talk about it all the time. You can't label my genre of music. You can't. You can try to. You can call it like rock trap or demon, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but I don't have a genre. Under? I don't fucking know. I think whenever we put it, we just put rap hip hop, right? Yeah, we just put hip hop because
rap.
That's all you
because
can
they're
call
basic
it.
genres on there.
It's just you can't label it. You know, maybe years from now, whenever, you know, shit's blown.
1-4 is under pop.
Yeah, see, like what? Dirty pop. I know you don't do it. I think it's a fucking pop singer. I'm not a pop singer, guys, just for reference.
But yeah,
I'm a rapper.
Being able, you know, I'll throw on both albums. And shout out to the big timers. I want to try to get Manny Fresh on here.
Man, what is it? Cars real big, house real big,
yes,
belly real big, everything real big.
Yeah,
whenever I used to play Midnight Club, that was my shit. Nigga, right around that shit on repeat.
I'm talking to somebody trying to get Manny Fresh to come up.
Oh yeah, if you can get that, I'm gonna be hiding out in like a bush or some shit, waiting for this nigga pop out my mixtape. Bow. Here you go. Listen to that shit, motherfucker. Yeah, let me get a track produced by him or Timbaland. It's a rap.
Oh man, that'd be
Timbaland
dope.
especially. Timbaland is another motherfucker. Producer wise, oh man, woo,
Yeah.
that motherfucker.
And
is
he's
cold.
He's had such a long career that he has
Man,
tons of hits under his belt.
man, what? There's some producers, you get a beat made by them, you could just be whispering on the beat the whole fucking song, and that shit gonna be a hit.
Shout out to the Yin Yang Twins for doing that.
Oh,
Yes.
that was a song.
Yes.
That was a fucking song. You know, that's crazy to think about that. But that's what I was talking about. It's like the evolution of music and how things are just like growing over time. That's why I always tell people, it's like, don't ever limit yourself, man. Like, I don't ever get down anymore whenever I look at how, you know, oh, there's rappers who aren't lyrical that are becoming famous. People just like to be entertained. We live in the age of
It's all
people.
entertainment.
Yeah, it's all entertainment. People just like to be entertained. So I just see it as it's entertainment. Those people are gonna get old eventually because all they're doing is just taking drugs all the fucking time and just spitting bullshit, you know. And there's gonna be
And it's hot for a little bit.
Oh, it's hot.
And I'm, you know,
even me.
yeah.
I will put on Gucci Gang and jam the fuck out when I'm drunk as shit.
yes.
It jams. But is he a lyrical rapper? No. Lil Pump is not finna go hit a fucking rap battle anytime soon.
And he'll tell you himself though.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I
will respect
like
about that. Yes.
Whenever somebody who knows that they're making bullshit music,
Just admit
but
it.
it sounds good. Yeah, just admit it. Don't
Yeah.
come out here and try to.
That's why, like, you can't even roast like rappers like Lil Yachty and shit like that because he'll tell you straight up like, I'm not freestyling. I don't rap on no shit like that because I'm not a lyrical rapper. I just
Yes.
make music that sounds good.
And at the end of the day, whenever you're making music, whenever you're an artist, you're having fun with it.
yeah.
Even what you do, you
Yeah,
make
if you're
lyrical.
not having fun, even when I'm making depressing songs, I'm having fun.
You're in
Because-
something that you like to do. You're
Yeah,
in your element.
You're in your element. You're feeling it, you know? So to me, it's like, you don't always got to be lyrical because I have songs where I'm not talking about shit. I'm just fucking rapping, you know? So I just feel like, honestly, if you want it, go after it and go and get it. Pretty much the whole, you know, if you're watching this right now, pretty much the whole fucking
Have you made it this
theme.
far into the interview?
Yeah, the whole theme of all of this is you're not going to stop us. Seriously, it's crazy. You know, the whole entire Savage House movement is not just about music. I want to make this very clear. Savage House to me is not anything that's focused specifically on like devil shit. The whole Savage House thing stands for is like you're going to take control of your life and you are going to chase your goals. You're going to be a savage in your own fucking house. And you are going to do what you need to do to become successful. Whether it's regarding fitness, whether it's regarding money, whether it's regarding your dreams, whether it's regarding anything that you want to do to become successful.
Your house is either like a gym, a
Yeah.
studio,
Yeah.
A recording studio,
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly.
Being-
It's symbolic. You know, I want all these people that follow my shit to understand that there is a reason why you will never see me on top of fucking social media glorifying popping a fuckload of Zans or doing crazy amounts of drugs and all that kind of shit. You will never see me be that kind of person because that's not who I am. You're going to see me sipping fucking Mickey's or you're going to see me sipping some shit because that's my drug of choice. It's alcohol. I like to drink. I'm not a fucking alcoholic like I used to be, but I'll fucking sip on some shit because that's my drug of choice. If you like to drink, whatever. You like to snort coke, whatever. You like to fucking shoot up, whatever. That's not my fucking prerogative. I don't care because that's your business. But all I ask is if you listen to my music and you claim to be down with the Savage House, chase your fucking dreams because if you listen to my music and you ain't doing shit with your life, then you ain't part of the Savage House. You need to get out the fucking house and go find yourself a goddamn job. Straight up.
I can relate to that because even within what I'm doing, I'm trying to build myself to be the best that I can be within, you know, what I do.
Yeah.
And shit, I'm Savage House.
Yeah. Yo. Hey, shout out to my dude Slump, man. You know, motherfuckers better watch out because this motherfucker is another person that is pretty much growing like a bomb, like quick as fuck. You know, we were talking about this shit earlier and I knew this shit was going to happen. You know, I'm telling you, it's going to be less than a year. If you ain't on it now, you better hop on that goddamn train because when it take off, it's going to be moving too fast for you to hop on that shit. Straight up.
So, with everything that's been said,
Yeah.
in 2018, what has been, you know, the highlight for you? Was it dropping this album? Was it, you know, being able to build and doing the shows, or what was your highlight for 2018?
So my highlight, honestly, for 2018, I would probably just say it's just the growth. I've learned. I've grown so much as a person. You know, I used to think that everything was all like pixie dust and fairy tales, but then I've realized that, you know, life can be pretty grimy sometimes, and you got to just learn how to cope with things. And I've learned to stop coping with things, you know, dealing with drugs and, you know, getting depressed and being suicidal. I've actually become a lot happier now that I've just been able to focus on myself and focus on my life. I've made the personal decision to just, you know, restrain myself from relationships and just focus on, you know, music and focus on bettering myself, you know, because I just feel like, honestly, life is too short. And if you have a goal, you need to focus on your goal because, you know, you're here. If you're here, that means you're not going to be here someday because those two are connected. So go after whatever you want. You know, that's pretty much what 2018 has taught me. I've gone from working, you know, shitty jobs to working a job that I'm actually happy at now. You know, I've gone from, you know, feeling like my music wasn't really going to go anywhere to seeing it completely pop off. Definitely 2018 has showed me that people come and go and that you definitely have to, you know, focus on your self-growth.
I like that. I really, you know, I can relate to that. Because also in 2018, I did realize that people do come and go.
Hell yeah.
And especially with starting the show, you know, things, whenever they start growing, you start seeing people's true colors.
Yep.
So let's finish it out with, man.
Yeah.
Where can everybody find your music at?
Yo, y'all already fucking know. If you don't have me on Instagram, it's Instagram, TVBUU, TVBUU, SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/taboo_music. You can get me on Spotify. Just go to fucking Spotify and type in TVBUU. Go to Google, type in TVBUU. Go outside, scream that shit loud as fuck. I'll pop up like Batman. Whew, bow, with a mixtape in my hand. TVBUU. Go type that shit in anywhere. You gonna find your boy.
What about, you know, the Savage House website? That's going to be coming up pretty soon.
Stay tuned. Give me another month. Exactly 1 month from this day. I think it is. Let me make sure.
The 3rd?
It is the 3rd. Give me 1 month exactly from this day. But yeah, you know, give me one more month from that, and we're going to have the website up, all the clothing out, and just from that day on forth, man, it's going to be nothing but no looking back, you know?
Man, go check out Taboo, Spotify, Instagram, fucking Apple Music, SoundCloud, everything.
Fucking cup string.
Yes. There's a line that goes straight to Taboo whenever you make a cup string.
Straight up.
Go check them out.
Yeah.
Go check out Voices of a Fallen Angel.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Once again, this episode was brought to you by Fishscale 84 and Reneka App Builders. Stay slump.
Stay slow.
Every time I wake up, I get a sweet and sweeter